What's up, peeps? Just got done Sunday morning run, a mile with the dogs, a mile without, because Charlie's getting old. And he peters out after about a mile. I think Beans could go for 5, but she drags me, and I'm also getting old, so I need to do a mile by myself at my own slow pace. But as I run, it is so like mind clearing just to be able to think, to sing songs of praise in your head, to think about different situations going on in the world, to pray and ask for clarity. Just a really good time. And if you're deep in thought, like I try to be, it does kind of take your mind off of the running and how much it hurts when you're 40 and it didn't used to when you were 25, right? So a thought that I had this morning, as I'm seeing some data come out about, we'll call it the poke. It's what we'll call it, just to see if we can avoid the algorithms, because communism, right? So just saying that word might get me banned. But anyways, we have hospitals now reporting data, much like Sleepy Joe reported the data. And he said, don't focus on all the people that quit or got fired. We're now at like 90% compliance. Well, Joe, when you lose half your workforce, yes, the rate of compliance goes up because the people that are left are those that complied, right? Well, 'tis the same with hospitals, folks. Hospitals are losing 30%, give or take, most hospitals of their workforce. And here's the other thing that they are knowingly misleading you on. You want to talk about misinformation? Well, they're including people that have exemptions in their compliant percentage. So these are people that have not succumbed to taking the poke, but they're considering them compliant. But what they mean by compliant when they report this data is that people have complied with their mandates, leading people to think that more and more are getting the poke when it is not in fact the case. Hospital leaders at the top are getting financial incentives the higher and higher their compliance rate is. So of course they want to continue to propagate data, even if it's false and manipulated and twisted, and they know it, they're doing it on purpose. They're going to continue to put data out there that shows more and more compliance, even if that's not actually the case. So I just want people to critically think about the overall sum of context, authorship, okay, the information that is being put out there, because like when we read the Bible, we've got to take all these things into consideration, right? History, what are the laws in place? Okay, right now, the only data that we have on the pokes has been very short-term studies by a small cross-section of people. And those studies have been conducted and overseen and reported by the companies that make the poke. That also cannot be sued if you're injured or killed by the poke. Now, can we say conflict of interest? Just a little bit. So if something is being put out there that says that this is safe and effective, who did that study? What interest do they have in the product that they put the study out there for? How long was that study done? How many people were in that study compared to the 7 or 8 billion that are in the world? So consider all the things, right? This isn't as hard as some people are making it seem. If you turn off your television and you go to various websites and social media sites, which is unfortunate that that's where we're going, scientific journals and things, even we're starting to see that they're bought. I mean, even in the Lancet, which is a prestigious one that's supposedly been on the up and up for so long, they've put out false information and then retracted it and then put out other information, and even that's starting to get sticky. So any company that has a vested interest and a profit from pharmaceuticals, you might want to think twice and see if you can find anything to refute what they're saying. Okay, this is not about anyone being right or wrong. This is about all of us working together to find truth and not being afraid to say, you know what, I screwed up. I believed misinformation that they were saying was good information. It's not true, and maybe you even made a decision based on information that was manipulated. You can still change course, you can still teshuvah, you can still turn around and make a different decision. And you can make sure that you're on the side of right and truth. I challenge people to dig for themselves, no matter who it is, if it's a pastor, a rabbi, or a priest, if it is the head of one of the 3-letter organizations, if it's your own doctor. Question everyone and everything. It's a good thing to do. Scripture tells us we should study and show ourselves approved. Even my word for it. Don't take it. Take what I've said. Go look for yourself. I'm not responsible for anybody's decisions. I'm simply putting information out there for you to take and then go look for yourself. No one's responsible for my decisions either. We are each held accountable at Judgment Day for what we do or don't do. And if we choose not to look for ourselves, if we choose to stick our head in the sands, there's going to be accountability for that too. Because Abba knows our hearts. He knows why we're doing what we're doing. So take that for what it's worth. Have a great day.